Today I'm here with my favorite local drummer, Philip Keenan. He has played in many bands from country to metal to hard rock and also gospel. He currently plays at Go Church in Sharpsburg, Georgia, and he has been kind enough to agree to answer some questions for our interview.
Absolutely, I'm excited.
Okay, so Philip, you play many different genres of music. My question to you is, which do you find to be the most fun genre to play?
Say there's kind of three if you really want to go at your instrument the best way you can. You've got metal, jazz, and gospel kind of in that order. If you really want to play the most intricate, challenging material, you're going to find yourself in jazz, metal, or gospel. And I think those are really what kind of inspired me, because you have to have speed, you have to have perfect playing, you got to be tight to the meter, and you just have to be really well-rounded and sticking, and you just kind of have to have your own personality and fill that out in your own way.
Okay, so Philip, I do have another question for you. I see you're wearing a Megadeth shirt, which kind of leads me into my next question. Who do you think, as a drummer, whether that be the drummer from Megadeth, remind me of his name?
Well, there was many drummers, so
Okay.
it would be lots of different guys. It was always a channeling pool with Dave Mustaine. He picked a lot of different really, really good drummers.
Okay, so whether it be a drummer from Megadeth or another band, what drummer do you think probably inspired you the most to become a drummer?
I would definitely say at an early age, Phil Collins, not for his commercial stuff that he's known for, but back in the 1971 to 1976 time frame with Genesis and Hackett, just going back to my dad, just him like showing how intricate all of that stuff was, and just really seeing how difficult all that was to play, but the energy that it brought, and how melodic of a drummer he was, and he could just incorporate so many different factors that other people couldn't do. Plus, on top of that, the skill level was so insane, especially back in the early 70s. I think he really inspired me probably the most to want to be a drummer, but as I got older and I got into more of the European metal and, Megadeth, as you said earlier, a lot of drummers, Children of Bodom, Testament, Megadeth, all of those drummers really, really kind of pushed me to be what I am now.
Okay. All right. What role does technology play in drumming? I think a lot of us think that drums are just, a case with some skin stretched over the top and a couple of sticks. But what do you think?
Technology is huge right now, because instead of having to buy all the mics and preamping and engineering the whole thing, I actually can use an electronic kit and actually use the MIDI format, so it doesn't change, your hit placement. But you can send that overseas, wherever you're going, and instead of everyone having to be in one studio, you can record in one location and send it to the other person that needs it.
Oh, like on an electronic drum set.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. I really appreciate your time today and the time you've given us to conduct this interview. And I do want to ask you one more question. If you could give advice to an aspiring drummer, whether that be young or old, what do you think would be the most important piece of advice you could give them?
Super loaded question. I think the first part is really just practicing to a metronome, getting a sticking book, learning all of your paradiddles, double strokes, all of that kind of stuff. A lot of that marching band stuff that maybe some of, a lot of these people have learned in high school and all of that kind of stuff. Mainly practicing, getting really, really tight. And then, just kind of practicing to some of your favorite songs with headphones, making sure to study what the drummer does. Don't do your own thing. Study what people do that are really good at that craft, and then learn that craft, and then start to make your own, art on top of that. So really it's back to basics, sticking, metronome work, and then you're going to be studying the greats.
Awesome.